houses here are so much bigger.
Yep, and for just $350,000, one of these can be yours.
What? That's so cheap. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Many Europeans are shocked when they discover that houses in America can be much cheaper than homes in many parts of Europe. But before we explain why American houses often cost less, let's first hear what Europeans say when they visit the US.
Do love an American flag. You don't really see anybody else, but here it's more normal to have a flag outside your house than not. Most houses in the UK, I would say, are townhouses or semi-detached houses. I grew up in that typical brick semi-detached house, where here most houses are just normal detached houses. This is something that I definitely don't think we have in the UK, but fire hydrants. We have a fire hydrant on every corner in our neighbourhood, and I think in any neighbourhood. They look like this, and it's just here, obviously, in case there's a fire. I also find here in the US, people take a lot of pride in their home. Now, I'm not saying people don't in the UK, but look, people love to garden. They love to maintain the grass outside their house. Everything has to look perfect. Where I find in the UK, we're not as bothered about that. I've had a lot of comments saying all the houses here look exactly the same. While they definitely do look similar in some aspects, I also find they look more different than houses in the UK. Most single family homes here in the US will have a 2-car garage, which again, in the UK, if you have a garage, most of the time it's definitely not a 2-car garage. I mean, the garage that we had growing up, I don't even know if you could fit a car in there, but here...
And you get picked up twice a week. Fire hydrants in the middle of the street. Do we have stop signs like this in the UK? Everyone's grass is always cut nicely and edged. Because if you leave it too high, the parish can come and give you a ticket. No one wants a ticket, do they? Nearly everyone's got one of these trees in the front garden.
Does anyone even know what type of tree this is? Is it a palm?
Another flag on someone's house. More of them trees I was talking about. We don't have a post box thing in our door. We've got mailboxes. Rocking chairs in people's front and some little decorations. The streets just look different in general, don't they? Driving on the wrong side of the road. Mailboxes at the end of your driveway, because why do you want the postman to walk up your path?
It's everywhere. People who love their country. Oh, what a dream. What a dream.
So cute. I can totally see the pumpkins that will be placed here in fall. A lot of Europeans grow up watching American movies, and the scenery we only know from movies. This is why it feels so nostalgic, and I know it doesn't make any sense.
We are in the arse end of nowhere. Nice private drive all the way up to this big fucking garage. Coming around the side of this garage, you've got a nice little cute entrance to the front door here, you see. Oh, nice double fucking door there with some shutters, and inside we go. Look at that. I absolutely love this wooden theme. Okay, it's kind of like a fucking cabin that you see in like the Wild West or something. Nice big open area. Fucking don't think they got the electric for the lights. Going up the stairs. Whoosh. Just some extra fucking space. Just be a right fucking section for a gaming setup, I think. Coming back down the stairs. To the left here, got a cute little kitchen. Again, sticking to the wooden theme. This is right on my street, this. Main bedroom. Fucking size of it, Mish. With doors in the bedroom that'll take you out to the fucking deck. For the forest surrounding, yeah. Big walk-in cupboard, eh? This is actually pretty below average, to be fair. Yeah, bathroom. Whatever the fuck you guys call those things. Hello, handsome boy. Coming in there. You got your washer dryer. Not really a laundry room, but washer dryer. You got your another bathroom with another cupboard. Yeah. Then you got bedroom number 2. Again, wooden theme. Lovely, spacious. This is the doors that takes you out to the deck on the front door, eh? Your Wi-Fi. And again, another walk-in cupboard. Yeah? across from that bedroom, you got your third bedroom. Looks like a fucking tree fell down. Yep, fucking tree fell down. Okay. But anyway, that takes you out onto the deck, all the way around. Nice forest surrounding.
Everyone has the exact same back garden. They all have pools. They all have inflatables in it. Like, tell me, when you imagine a house, is this not the most book standard, just perfect house? Like, it's just everything so aesthetically just boom, 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 boom. Thing is that ideally it sounds like a great place to live, but I feel like it would just be way too boring. Like, look how quiet it is. There's not a soul out. Obviously this is very different to the council flats in London, but I see why people like it. I really do. Like, it's just calm, it's just mellow. Like, I generally see myself, okay, maybe when I'm like 45, not when I'm younger, but definitely moving out here. Like, this seems like a vibe.
All right, now let's dive into the housing prices in America and Germany to see why so many Europeans are shocked.
Blunt about it. Compared to Germany, on average, US housing prices are just lower.
So currently, the median price...
Americans have a very skewed perception of the cost of housing, and they have no idea how it is in the rest of the world. I'm gonna show you the average house price in Italy for a 2,000 square foot house in a country where the average income is 1,500 euros a month. Because we, unlike you, are fucking peasants. This is Lombardy, okay? The average price in America is 400-something thousand, $500,000. A place where we make a third of your income. Your perception is skewed, and you have it way better than us. You make more money, and the average house is less.
Per square meter in the United States is around 1,745 euros. By contrast, the average price per square meter for a home in Germany is 5,907 euros on average.
But of course, depending on where you buy your house, the cost of housing could be significantly higher or lower than the number. It's just an average, after all.
According to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, the median home price in the United States is $374,900 as of the second quarter of 2021.
And in case you're wondering, yes, that is in fact an all-time high. But to be fair, this data doesn't really give us the full picture of housing prices in the United States.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no state level data available for this, so it's only going to be looking at homes sold prices. So it's not the only way to capture home value.
So that's why for this analysis, at least, we've also included Zillow's information on home prices. The Zillow Home Value Index puts the typical home price in the United States at $293,349. Again, the Zillow Home Value Index isn't an average. It represents the typical home value in a given area. So to have a little bit of fun here, we thought it would be cool that in order to really understand just the incredible variability of home prices across the United States, we're gonna play a little game. This one will be titled, Guess That American State. Okay, Jonathan. Question number one.
What do you got?
In which state in the US is it the most difficult to afford a home?
So the most difficult to afford means the median house price needs to be much higher than the median income. The gap, basically, right?
Okay.
So I know California, especially San Francisco, is one of the most difficult for the average person in the country to buy because the housing costs are so high. But I also know New York City is extremely expensive, but New York City is literally just like tiny, dense mass in this massive state. And San Francisco and the entire West Coast, I would say California.
So your final answer?
It's California.
Wrong.
What are you talking about?
Hawaii,
oh, that
interestingly enough, is the most difficult state to buy a home based on Zillow's data, with an average home value of $730,511. The average mortgage payment is 57.9% of the average median income in that state.
I feel like that housing cost is way less than the average housing cost of Freiburg.
Maybe, but I mean, when you just consider spending almost 60% of your income on your mortgage alone,
yeah, but you live in Hawaii. I mean, that's pretty nice.
It's still incredible. I mean, at that point, I could just live on a tent on the beach for all I'm at, for all I care. That would be fine by me.
A van on the beach.
Okay, question number 2.
What do you got?
Which state in the US has the cheapest home prices?
So this is a different question because it is not related to income. It is strictly
which has the cheapest house prices
costs on average. You know, we went to school in Missouri, in one of the most desirable counties in Missouri, and the housing costs there were dirt cheap compared to here and any other place we've looked in the United States. We haven't looked everywhere, obviously, but I bet that's it.
You really think Missouri is the lowest in the US?
I think so, yeah.
My God. Are you kidding me? Look at it. What's going on?
The National Weather Service in Boston has issued a tornado warning for 6 counties in northeastern Massachusetts.
We cannot believe what we are seeing right now. Look at that. It's a tornado, mate. It's a tornado, mate. We're in the desert. Should we chase it?
Bro, this? Are you kidding me right now?
Yay! Oh my God.
With these perfect porches and gardens, it's literally picture perfect. I also feel like this town was the most flag happy town I've ever seen. Everyone had multiple 3 or 4 flags on there. And they also had this special Bayview flag, which is the first time I've seen this in any American neighborhood where they actually have a flag for their own little town, village, or whatever they call it. Back home in the UK, we do not have any neighbourhoods like this, I can tell you that. So you'd think looking at this town, oh, these people would be pretentious and stuffy. Oh no, you couldn't be more wrong about that. The people here are incredibly humble, warm and genuinely kind. It doesn't feel touristy, it feels like a real community. This house looks like Rapunzel's house. I'm obsessed with it, with the little garden, oh my God. Northern Michigan, why is nobody talking about it? And finally, we have clear skies at the Perry Hotel. Who else knows about this neighbourhood? Where else do you recommend that I go and see?
Something like that. On the topic of things being stolen, people have patio furniture, people leave their bikes outside. They literally leave anything outside and they don't have to worry about it being stolen. In the UK, when the bin man comes, if the rubbish is not inside of the bin, then he's not going to take it. Here, you can have it like this and everything will be gone. Doesn't matter what it is, they take it. Next up, we have a mailbox. We don't have letterboxes on the door like you do in the UK, so pretty much anyone can steal your mail, but why would anyone want to steal your bills? Not only that, it is also a crime. This red handle on the side lets the mailman know whether you have outgoing mail, and he will take it to the post office. Next up, everyone's grass looks like this. We live in a HOA, so everybody's grass has to be maintained. Unfortunately, if you own your house, you have to do it yourself. If you rent, these guys will do it for you.
I'm a Brit living in America, so I'm going to show you some of my favourite things in my American neighbourhood compared to my UK one. This, no horn blowing, $50 to $100 fine. Never seen that before in the UK. I should say we live in Hoboken, which is in New Jersey, opposite New York. So it's different every town, you know, but this is my favourite things about our town. So people just leave things on like their doorstep for you to come and take, which I think is really cute. In the UK, we don't really leave stuff outside. We just normally take it to the charity shop. So it's quite cute that you guys, you know, support each other. Another one of just stuff left outside to take. You guys are going to think I'm weird, but we don't have this in the UK, like these little pull fins. That's very American to me. So obviously we do have mailboxes, but I can't tell you how many times I thought this is a trash can when it's not. Your mailboxes, that does confuse me. Every single block will have a crossing. In the UK, you've got like 110 miles just to find a crosswalk. I'm sure every Brit that moves to America says this, but these fire hydrants, they are just so American to us. I want to try and open it, I don't know. And is it true in the summer you guys open it so we can like cool off? Because I'm sweating still. I think it's 33 degrees and I ain't used to it. School buses, don't have them in the UK, how cool. American flag just flying high and proud. In the UK, we're not very patriotic compared to you guys, but I do think it's really cool. And in the most corners, like we've got a wrap place, we've got a pizza place down there, we've got a restaurant, and then we've got a coffee shop there. Maybe this is just a Hoboken thing, but I feel like every corner of a block has something fun on it. I can't tell you how bad it's my bank balance.
Now, I am British and I am currently in an American neighbourhood. This time it's a Boston neighbourhood. And I'm going to show you some of the differences between Boston and the UK. For a start, the colours are wild. This is a fall in America. Now, the last time I did an American neighbourhood, it was in the South in North Carolina, where the houses were all kind of single floors. Here, every house has 2 floors. So the houses seem bigger, but they are still made of wood. Now, remember the fire hydrants? These have flags on them. Now look at this. This is a newspaper. I think it's just been thrown on the driveway. If that was to happen in the UK, there'd be uproar. One thing I will say is it does feel a lot more British. I'm feeling like there's a bit of an English influence here. The weather for sure, because it is colder. We've still got the American flags. Can always guarantee. Every house is like something out of a Christmas movie. Like this should be on a postcard. Wait until you see this. This is a baseball field just right by a neighbourhood. Look at that. This is bonkers. In the UK, this would be a football pitch. Sorry, soccer. When I've been in the South, I haven't seen a baseball pitch right next to a neighbourhood. So does that mean that baseball is better in the North? One thing I will say is it does feel a little bit more neighboury. Everyone seems like they live closer together. So I don't know if that means that people are more friendly or it's just a smaller state so they have to live closer together. That is my comparison of American neighbourhoods through these Brits' eyes. But don't go anywhere because I feel like there's going to be a lot more to come.
Hey, I'm a Brit living in the American suburbs. Here are some more things that I think are very, very American about the suburbs. Things that you would find in the American suburbs that you cannot find in the British suburbs or anywhere in Britain for that matter. Okay, here we go. The first couple you can't see. One is, I can't film right now, but one is garbage men. First of all, it's called rubbish back home. Rubbish men, garbage men, hanging off the back of their trucks. Ooh, what a quintessentially American thing to see. The second thing are lightning bugs. I love lightning bugs. They, to me, feel so American. They hark back to a day when I was watching A Bug's Life in the UK and looking at all of these exotic bugs that you don't get in Britain. So, yes, that is another one. Lightning bugs. Okay, next we've got that rolled up newspaper that comes flying out. It comes flying out of doors. People just drive by and just fucking throw it out there. Lands perfectly. Traffic lights that hang. Batting cages might just be the most American, suburban American thing you'll ever see. No baseball fields and batting cages or whatever in the UK. None. Look, there's one here too. It's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty.
Pretty much, well, yeah, in every single drive, because you wouldn't live here unless you got a plane. Look how wide the road is.
I am in the US right now, and I feel like I need to whisper to say this because I'm walking outside in the neighborhood and there's literally no one. I'm the only one walking outside and I feel like I'm in a movie. This is everything that I've seen in movies and I am right now in it. It actually looks like a movie set. It just doesn't look real. It's so calm. I'm not used to that, but it really looks like a movie. I feel like I'm in a movie.
I'm a Brit living in Las Vegas, and these are the biggest culture shocks I've experienced in my neighborhood.
Can someone explain to me why I have to walk all the way down the street to get my mail? It's all put in this little mailbox here and you have a key for your number.
And one thing I don't remember ever seeing in neighborhoods in England was fire hydrants, but this one here is actually in my front garden. Now, we do live in an HOA neighborhood, which means everybody's front lawns are gorgeous. There's no weeds, you have to have a certain number of plants, your trees can't be dead, and if you don't abide by the rules, you get fined. But that does mean that the whole street looks really, really nice all the time.
Now, please remember we live in the desert, so not many people have grass, and if they do, it's normally fake.
In our neighborhood, as part of the HOA rules, you're also not allowed to park on the street overnight. If you do, your car can get towed, which means there's never any random cars just parked on the street. And if palm trees count as a culture shock, we have them in abundance.
And baby palm trees.
Now I do live in a gated community, so there's a gate where you drive in at the front, but then also there's several other gates throughout the neighborhood that are pedestrian and they go out onto these walking trails. There's also not a single brick house in my entire community. There's also a dog bin and free poo bags just like on the street in here. And this is so cool. We have a pool and a hot tub that anyone that lives here can use. In England, I'm so used to seeing terraced houses or semi-detached, but in this part of our neighbourhood, every single house is a detached house, which they call a single family home. And the biggest shock of all is that from our street, you can actually see the Las Vegas Strip.
How cool.
Here are some things in my American neighbourhood that shocked me after growing up on a council estate. First up is these signs. Where I grew up, people would literally just fly around the corners. No one would stop and you would literally have to have eyes on the back of your head. A lot of houses in America have the American flag outside. I honestly don't know why. I assume it's because they're proud of their country. Another big one that blew my mind was having furniture outside. Now, every area in the UK is different, so please don't come for me. But like I said, I grew up on a council estate, so anything you put outside wouldn't last 5 minutes. So seeing people have barbecues, plants, literally all sorts outside blew my mind. Now this is my house, and I am proud to say that there'll be no chavs taking my stuff. Even my little gingerbreads are safe. And by all means, I do not live in a rich neighbourhood, but I also do not live in a poor area. But seeing people have boats outside of their house, like obviously they have money, but it just blew my mind. A lot of houses also have basketball hoops. I assume that they're laid down in case they fall over in the wind, but I can honestly see us having a hoop when Mayan's older. Another one that I actually don't really like is the colour of the houses. We live in a HOA, so you have to have your house a certain colour, but that bright blue is just very outstanding. We have normal trees in front of our house, but then we also have palm trees, and that is because we live in Florida. Here in Florida, having a truck is like a normal car, but if this truck was on the roads where I used to live, oh my gosh, it would look like a monster truck. I want to say literally every other house in my neighbourhood owns a truck. Another big difference and another big shocker is the mail. Your mail gets left in the mailbox or on your front step if it's a big parcel. And you can also send mail out by putting this red lever up, and the mailman or lady will take it to the post office for you, as long as it has a prepaid stamp.
Hey, British guy living in America, been here for about 8 years, recently moved out to the suburbs. Get a lot of people in the comments saying, oh, why do British people and people outside of America say it always looks and feels like the movies? Because it does. Tell me this isn't the opening scene to like some suburban teen drama, or even a horror. Look at this. It's idyllic. It's right out of the movies. Houses look all American. Look, American house. Look at that. That is some movie opening. All you need are like 3 best friend boy 13-year-olds riding a bike, and most of them are called Brody, and then you got it. You got the opening of a film. I don't think a lot of Americans understand the cultural weight that this country, this titan, carries in other countries around the world. I grew up in Britain, in the countryside, rolling countryside, exactly what you'd imagine Britain to be. And I grew up with Sum 41, Blink 182. I grew up with American Pie. I grew up with American actors and films and Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, the American culture is cemented in the British way of life and many other cultures around the world. So when we say it's like the movies, it's because it's like the movies.
Going for a walk around this little neighborhood, and I thought I would just show you the houses because they're definitely interesting. So they all have like one tree in the front yard. It's just like one house, and then there's just like grass. They don't have any side fences, but they do have back fencing. Their cars are massive. Everyone has this like no soliciting sign. It's heaps of common to get like door knockers and people trying to sell you stuff. It's also very common to have the American flag in your front yard, and that is the Texas flag.
I'm a Brit living in America, and these are the biggest culture shocks that I've experienced. So I do live in a HOA neighbourhood as well, which means that everyone has to keep their grass at a certain height and all really neat. So everyone in this entire neighbourhood have got really nicely kept front gardens, which I find in England is not something that most people really do. American flags are very common out here. You'll see them on people's houses or on their mailboxes as well. Now this is something that you do not see in England. People just do not put up the British flags. Out here in America, the most common house that you'll find is a detached house. Now this is something that we are not very used to in England. I would say mostly they are townhouses or semi-detached houses. So another thing that you don't really see in England are fire hydrants. Now fire hydrants are out here, out in the open. Right there, you'll often see them throughout the neighbourhood as well, and that's something that I don't think I ever really saw back in the UK. Another one was the size of the roads and the cars out here in America. America is known for everything to be bigger, and those are definitely bigger. It took a bit of getting used to, but we've been here 6 weeks now, so I feel like we're quite comfortable being on the big roads. And if palm trees count as a cultural difference, then that is definitely something that Florida has an abundance of, and I love it. Out here in America, everyone has post boxes, mailboxes that are outside of their house, so there's no letterboxes. The mail comes out here, which actually works great. As we have dogs, it means that the dogs bark so much less because the postman does not come to your door. Another one is so many houses have these basketball hoops, and this, honestly, it is just like the movies. Just a reminder, we do have brick houses out here in Florida too.
I literally feel like I'm in a movie right now. Look at this. Massive clock tower right there. There's some sort of, I don't even know what that is, a museum. This is literally small town America, just like you see it in the movies. There's even a pharmacy here that looks like it's out of the 1930s. Like, look at that. I honestly could live here. Like, this is crazy. I'm in Covington, Georgia, so if anybody knows where that is, it's a little bit south of Atlanta. But yeah, this is amazing. I absolutely love it. If you want to see more adventures than me in America, drop me a